And we're live. Hello. My voice is very scratchy and hoarse because of all the talking, yelling, and singing I've been doing this past week. But that helps with a certain variety of voices that are lower register, such as the narrator of Darkest Dungeon, for example. When he's like, "Ruin has come to our family." He kind of talks like that. It's hard to do. Or the narrator for Bastion, for that matter, kind of. And he's like, "Well, that's just the way they told me now." However he talks, he's like, the kid ain't ready for that." It's hard to do. But I figured I would do a little bit of reading. I haven't figured out what yet. Maybe I should read the short story for Memento Mori, seeing as how I was watching the film adaptation earlier. That might be appropriate. Or maybe I could read a computer science textbook. That might be entertaining. For lack of a better word. What else? Did I mention I'm on my iPad, by the way? My old, broken iPad. Trying to find things to read. Or maybe I should, find an ASMR script or something to that effect. Like I keep saying I'm going to do. I have some Google Docs here, but I don't know if I want to read any of those. Let's open Safari. Excuse me. I know I sound really tired, and I am really tired, but I thought this might make an interesting ASMR video, so here I am, attempting ASMR of some kind. Maybe I should just do this blanket brushing. That's actually kind of nice. Maybe I should just do that for the next half hour. Knuckle popping, sorry. That was iPad typing. Okay, I think I found it. All right. Memento Mori by Jonathan Nolan. Epigraph. What like a bullet can undeceive? Herman Melville. Part 1. Your wife always used to say you'd be late for your own funeral. Remember that? Her little joke because you were such a slob. Always late. Always forgetting stuff. Even before the incident. Right about now, you're probably wondering if you were late for hers. You were there. You can be sure of that. That's what the picture is for. the one tacked to the wall by the door. It's not customary to take pictures at a funeral, but somebody, your doctors I guess, knew you wouldn't remember. They had it blown up nice and big and stuck it right there, next to your door, so you couldn't help but see it every time you got up to find out where she was. The guy in the picture, the one with the flowers, that's you. And what are you doing? You're reading the headstone, trying to figure out whose funeral you're at, same as you're reading it now, trying to figure why someone stuck that picture next to your door. But why bother reading something that you won't remember? She's gone, gone for good, and you must be hurting right now, hearing the news. Believe me, I know how you feel. You're probably a wreck, but give it 5 minutes, maybe 10. Maybe you can even go a whole half hour before you forget. But you will forget, I guarantee it. A few more minutes and you'll be heading for the door, looking for her all over again, breaking down when you find the picture. How many times do you have to hear the news before some other part of your body, other than that busted brain of yours, starts to remember? Never-ending grief, never-ending anger, useless without direction. Maybe you can't understand what's happened. Can't say I really understand either. Backwards amnesia. That's what the sign says. CRS disease. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe you can't understand what happened to you. But you do remember what happened to her, don't you? The doctors don't want to talk about it. They won't answer my questions. They don't think it's right for a man in your condition to hear about those things. But you remember, don't you? You remember his face. This is why I'm writing to you. Futile, maybe. I don't know how many times you'll have to read this before you listen to me. I don't even know how long you've been locked up in this room already. Neither do you. But your advantage in forgetting is that you'll forget to write yourself off as a lost cause. Sooner or later, you'll want to do something about it. And when you do, you'll just have to trust me, because I'm the only one who can help you. Part 2. Earl opens one eye after another to a stretch of white ceiling tiles, interrupted by a hand-printed sign taped right above his head, large enough for him to read from the bed. An alarm clock is ringing somewhere. He reads the sign, blinks, reads it again, then takes a look at the room. It's a white room, overwhelmingly white, from the walls and the curtains to the institutional furniture and the bedspread. The alarm clock is ringing from the white desk under the window with the white curtains. At this point, Earl probably notices that he is lying on top of his white comforter. He is already wearing a dressing gown and slippers. He lies back and reads the sign taped on the ceiling. It says, in crude block capitals, "This is your room. This is a room in a hospital. This is where you live now." Earl rises and takes a look around. The room is large for a hospital. Empty linoleum stretches out from the bed in 3 directions, 2 doors and a window. The view isn't very helpful either. A close of trees in the center. Well, a problem occurred with this webpage, so it was reloaded. Thank you for that. The view isn't very helpful either. A close of trees in the center of a carefully manicured piece of turf that terminates in a sliver of 2-lane blacktop. The trees, except for the evergreens, are bare. Early spring or late fall, one or the other. Every inch of the desk is covered with post-it notes, legal pads, neatly printed lists, psychological textbooks, framed pictures. On top of the mess is a half-completed crossword puzzle. The alarm clock is writing a pile of folded newspapers. A problem occurred with this webpage, so it was reloaded. I guess that's where I'll give up on that short story. Let's do something else, shall we? Maybe I should read these movie notes I have here, monologues and things. Let's do that. Here's a monologue for you from one of my favorite films. How much does your life weigh? Imagine for a second that you're carrying a backpack. I want you to feel the straps on your shoulders. Feel them? Now, I want you to pack it with all the stuff that you have in your life. You start with the little things, the things on shelves and in drawers, the knickknacks, the collectibles. Feel the weight as that adds up. Then you start adding larger stuff. Clothes, tabletop appliances, lamps, linens, your TV. The backpack should be getting pretty heavy now. And you go bigger. Your couch, your bed, your kitchen table. Stuff it all in there. Your car, get it in there. Your home, whether it's a studio apartment or a 2-bedroom house. I want you to stuff it all into that backpack. Now try to walk. It's kind of hard, isn't it? This is what we do to ourselves on a daily basis. We weigh ourselves down until we can't even move. And make no mistake, moving is living. Now, I'm gonna set that backpack on fire. What do you want to take out of it? Photos? Photos are for people who can't remember. Drink some ginkgo and let the photos burn. In fact, let everything burn and imagine waking up tomorrow with nothing. It's kind of exhilarating, isn't it? Now, this is going to be a little difficult, so stay with me. You have a new backpack, only this time, I want you to fill it with people. Start with casual acquaintances, friends of friends, folks around the office. Then you move into the people that you trust with your most intimate secrets. Your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your parents. And finally, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You get them all into that backpack. And don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to light it on fire. Feel the weight of that bag. Make no mistake, your relationships are the heaviest components in your life. Do you feel the straps cutting into your shoulders? All those negotiations and arguments, secrets and compromises. You don't need to carry all that weight. Why don't you set that bag down? Some animals were meant to carry each other, to live symbiotically for a lifetime. Star-crossed lovers, monogamous swans. We are not those animals. The slower we move, the faster we die. We are not swans. We're sharks. And that's the end of that monologue. Now we're just going through my Google Docs looking for more stuff to read. Some of my old poetry and whatnot. Shorties. Oh, what is these? Maybe this is what I was looking for. Wait. Okay, I found a thing that I could read. It's kind of monologue-y. Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 tells the tale, in a distant world where America has outlawed books, of a future fireman. His job is not to put out fires, but to start them, to dispose of fragile and volatile, yet golden and indispensable paper texts. In this far-off future so similar to ours, social and society are paradoxical. Quote, I'm Quote, I'm antisocial, they say. I don't mix. It's so strange. I'm very social indeed. It all depends on what you mean by social, doesn't it? Social to me means talking to you about things like this. She rattled some chestnuts that had fallen off the tree in the front yard. Or talking about how strange the world is. Being with people is nice, but I don't think it's social to get a bunch of people together and then not let them talk, do you? An hour of TV class, an hour of basketball or baseball or running, another hour of transcription history or painting pictures and more sports, but you know, we never ask questions, or at least most don't. They just run the answers at you, bing, 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 and us sitting there for 4 more hours of film teacher. That's not social to me at all. It's a lot of funnels and a lot of water poured down the spout and out the bottom, and them telling us it's wine when it's not. They run us so ragged by the end of the day we can't do anything but go to bed, or head for a fun park to bully people around. Break window panes in the window smasher place, or wreck cars in the car wrecker place with the big steel ball. Hey, viewer. Thank you for tuning in. How have you been? I'm just reading random things. Let me know if you want me to read anything in particular. Sorry, I'm kind of hoarse, but I figured that might make for interesting voices. Or go out in the cars and race on the streets, trying to see how close you can get to lampposts, playing chicken and knock hubcaps. I guess I'm everything they say I am, all right. I haven't any friends. That's supposed to prove I'm abnormal. But everyone I know is either shouting or dancing around like wild or beating up one another. Do you notice how people hurt each other nowadays? You sound so very old. Sometimes I'm ancient. I'm afraid of children my own age. They kill each other. Did it always used to be that way? My uncle says no. 6 of my friends have been shot in the last year alone. 10 of them died in car wrecks. I'm afraid of them, and they don't like me because I'm afraid. My uncle says his grandfather remembered when children didn't kill each other. But that was a long time ago, when they had things different. They believed in responsibility, my uncle says. Do you know, I'm responsible. I was spanked when I needed it years ago. And I do all the shopping and house cleaning by hand. But most of all, I like to watch people. Sometimes I ride the subway all day and look at them and listen to them. I just want to figure out who they are and what they want and where they're going. Sometimes I even go to the fun parks and ride in the jet cars when they race on the edge of town at midnight. And the police don't care as long as they're insured. As long as everyone has 10,000 insurance, everyone's happy. Sometimes I sneak around and listen in subways, or I listen at soda fountains. And you know what? What? People don't talk about anything. Oh, they must. No, not anything. They name a lot of cars or clothes or swimming pools mostly and say, "How swell." But they say all the same things, and nobody says anything different from anyone else. And most of the time in the cafes, they have the joke boxes on, and the same jokes most of the time, or the musical wall lit and all the colored patterns running up and down. But it's only color, and all abstract. And at the museums, have you ever been? All abstract. That's all there is now. My uncle says it was different once, a long time back. Sometimes pictures said things, or even showed people. I never really realized how anti-communist Fahrenheit 451 is. But I appreciate it now, looking back. When I say anti-communist, I also mean anti-SJW. Oh no, there goes some of my audience. I was just looking at other quotes I have here from Fahrenheit. Here's another one that made me think that. The quote is, I think it's probably Captain Beatty talking. He's like, "We must all be alike, not everyone born free and equal, as the Constitution says, but everyone made equal. A book is a loaded gun in the house next door. Burn it. Take the shot from the weapon. Breach man's mind." See, that kind of sounds like 1984 even. Tiny bit. Okay. I think I might need to call it a night. What time is it? It's after 4 a.m. I could at least lie down. Whoops, you saw my leg. How dare you? And you saw my sheet, my bed sheet. What a piece of sheet. Oh. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. I tucked it in. Oh, God. I'm still fully dressed. Why? It's so warm. Ugh. I'm gonna go sit now. Maybe I'll just keep the stream on till YouTube ends it. How would that be? That would be wonderful. Maybe I'll even still be awake or wake up at some point and see a few up and talk to them even, or read their comments aloud. Ho ho ho. Oh dear. Oh dear me. I'm just going to turn the light out then. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'm gonna turn the turn there. Okay, turn. Hey, we got another viewer. Who could it be? I wonder. And they left. Because of course they did. At least we've got that one like. That one like time at band camp. I'm sorry that I'm being so rambunctious and random. It kind of ruins the ASMR feel, doesn't it? Ruin. In a world. In a land. I was weak. It's because I'm laying on my side, probably. In a land. It still sounds weak. Maybe that's an ASMR trigger for somebody. Dentist mouth sounds. Okay, I'm gonna take my shirt off now. Whoa, it's getting hot in here.
Okay. Shut up in my shirt there for me.
Okay. Is it not showing all the comments or something? Live chat, that's what I was looking for. There we go. Now it's working. 3, 4, 5, 4. I smell the blood of a. Okay. I need to see if I got any texts. Quick. Okay, there we go. I don't see any texts. Hang on, let me look a little harder. No, I don't see any. Okay, I think I'm good. Good is gold. Really? Okay, yes. I wonder if anyone likes this voice. I highly doubt it, but maybe somebody does. Turn my watch off. Here we go. Turning my watch all the way down. Hey, we have another viewer. Sorry I was being goofy. Would you like any ASMR triggers in particular? Or would you like me to read your comments? I think they're left again. Dang. I wish I understood why people don't stay and comment. Especially if they bothered to tune in the first place. You know, like, where did they even find me? To be honest. There is a game called Civilization where you make your own little nation. Sorry, don't know why that song came to my head. Don't remember, don't remember. I might hang out for some more minutes. I don't know how many more minutes, but I just want to see if anyone else sticks around. Anyone at all. I'm sorry, I'm very sleepy. Very, very sleepy. I might just keep making all kinds of noises for the remainder of the stream. Hopefully I get my voice back today or tomorrow. That would be nice. I hope you agree. Okay. I'm thinking 4 more minutes. And then I will call this stream at its end. Okay. Three more minutes. That's probably terrible to listen to. I'm sorry. Okay. Good night. Good night. Sweetest dreaming. whether wake or sleep.